For those having their service and reception at different venues, it's obviously very important to consider how to get from place to place. Even those booking their day at one venue may wish to book a car for the bride to travel in, or for the photographer to pose the newlyweds in. John Golding of Karen's Cars told me more. John.
Hello, Mark.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Now, I understand that when booking a car and a chauffeur service for your wedding, there's a lot more to consider than merely which model of vehicle you want to drive you to your wedding, isn't there?
Certainly, yes. You need to take a lot of time and think about it very carefully.
Right. What sorts of things should a bride and groom be considering when booking a chauffeur service and a car for their wedding?
I think once you've found the car you're happy with, think on the logical things. Is there enough room in the back for the bride's dress? Especially if it's going to be a layered dress, which can be quite large.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a soft top vehicle, is the hair going to get messed up during the journey? That type of thing.
What about colour coordination in respect to ribbons and things? Is that something you can provide?
Yes, most companies will be able to coordinate the ribbons, bows and flowers on the vehicles to match the bridesmaids or just the general theme of the wedding.
I see, that's useful to know. And how far in advance would you recommend booking a service?
I think like most things, once you know what you want, get it booked, and then you know it's one more thing ticked on your list.
Right.
And you're not going to be disappointed nearer the day.
No, of course. I'd imagine that in the busier times of year, I mean, summer's obviously a very popular time of year for weddings, you had to consider booking a little further in advance?
Yes, really, you shouldn't be looking sort of like less than 6 months.
Right, okay. And for how long would you have the car on the day?
It varies from company to company. Some companies, the car hire will be for an amount of time. Some companies, they will sort of say the job is the amount of time and you've got the car until you're finished with it. So again, just check with the company you use.
Make sure you've covered that.
Right from the beginning so you know exactly what you've got the car for.
Of course, because it can vary, as you say, so
yeah.
that's something that you ought to bear in mind.
Yes,
Good.
definitely.
Is there a limit to the number of passengers?
There are. It's the same as most vehicles. They are insured to carry the amount of people their seat belts fitted for.
Right. Good.
And for insurance purposes, obviously the wedding hire insurance will only cover the legal amount of passengers in the vehicle.
I see, good. Odd question perhaps, but tell me what would happen in the event of a breakdown on the day.
Certainly, yeah. Again, it would vary from company to company, and it's something you should really check. Do they have spare vehicles or other vehicles within their fleet which they could obviously put onto your wedding? If so, what is their policy? Also, is there any form of a refund offered should that happen to you and you don't get the vehicle you want on the day?
As far as things like unforeseen eventualities like traffic congestion, roadworks which might affect your journey to the church, are there any ways in which you can actually plan around that in advance?
If you know of a particular route which normally gets congested or you know of any roadworks, let your chauffeur firm know those facts. And also, you'll probably find they should be aware of them anyway. They'd be checking on local council websites, etc.
Good, that's something which you would look at.
Yes, it is.
Most times anyway.
Yes, it
Good.
is.
What sorts of things do you need to know from the bride and groom when you're actually
important to have precise details of the pickup location, church location, reception location, how many people, and if there's any special requirements needed.
I see. Okay, good. John, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. When booking car hire, consider a style of car before looking. Establish how much space you'll need in the back of the car for the bride in her dress and for passengers. Inform your chauffeur of the colour scheme of your day for ribbons on the car. Check for how long you'll have the car on the day.